James Madison, the father of the Constitution. Madison, the man often referred to as the father of the Constitution and the fourth president of the United States. His sharp intellect, quiet demeanor, and deep understanding of governance made him one of the most influential figures in American history. Madison helped shape the foundation of the U.S. Constitution, played a key role in drafting the Bill of Rights, and guided the nation through the War of 1812 as president. Let's uncover the life of this brilliant but modest founding father who dedicated his life to building a stronger and more unified United States. The early life of James Madison. James Madison was born on March 16, 1751, in Port Conway, Virginia. He was the eldest of 12 children in a wealthy plantation-owning family. His parents, James Madison Sr. and Nellie Conway Madison, managed the Montpelier estate, a large plantation where young James grew up. From a young age, Madison displayed an exceptional intellect and a love for learning. He was sent to study under private tutors and later attended the College of New Jersey, which is now known as Princeton University. At Princeton, Madison completed his studies in just 2 years, focusing on subjects like law, government, and philosophy. His frail health often kept him from physical labor, so he spent much of his youth reading, studying, and developing a passion for politics and governance. One of Madison's early influences was the Enlightenment, a movement that emphasized reason and individual rights, values he carried throughout his life. James Madison, as an adult, architect of the Constitution, in the years leading up to the American Revolution, Madison became involved in Virginia politics. He worked with leaders like Thomas Jefferson to advocate for religious freedom and individual liberties. But Madison's most significant contributions came after the war, during the Constitutional Convention of 1787. At the convention, Madison played a pivotal role in drafting the U.S. Constitution. He introduced the Virginia Plan, which proposed a strong central government with 3 branches: legislative, executive, and judicial. Madison's meticulous preparation and persuasive arguments earned him the nickname Father of the Constitution. After the Constitution was ratified, Madison collaborated with Alexander Hamilton and John Jay to write the Federalist Papers, a series of essays defending the new Constitution. Madison authored 29 of the 85 essays, addressing topics such as checks and balances, federalism, and the separation of powers. When the Constitution faced criticism for not protecting individual rights, Madison took the lead in drafting the first 10 amendments, known as the Bill of Rights. James Madison's presidency and legacy. In 1809, Madison succeeded Thomas Jefferson as the 4th president of the United States. His presidency was marked by the War of 1812, a conflict between the U.S. and Britain over trade restrictions and territorial disputes. Though the war was challenging, Madison's leadership helped the nation endure and emerge with a stronger sense of unity and identity. After leaving office in 1817, Madison retired to his Montpelier estate, where he remained active in public life. He continued to advocate for education, serving as the president of the University of Virginia. Madison passed away on June 28, 1836, at the age of 85, leaving behind a legacy as one of America's greatest thinkers and statesmen. Summary of Madison's achievements: known as the Father of the Constitution for his role in drafting and promoting the U.S. Constitution, drafted the Bill of Rights, ensuring protections for individual freedoms, co-authored the Federalist Papers, served as the 4th President of the United States, leading the nation through the War of 1812, advocated for religious freedom and the separation of church and state. Madison's dedication to liberty, governance, and education shaped the United States into the democratic nation it is today. Top 10 questions about James Madison. What is James Madison most famous for? He is most famous for being the father of the Constitution, drafting the Bill of Rights, and serving as the 4th President of the United States. What role did James Madison play in the Constitution? Madison was a key architect of the U.S. Constitution, proposing the Virginia Plan and advocating for its ratification through the Federalist Papers. Why is James Madison called the father of the Constitution? Madison earned this title due to his significant contributions to drafting the Constitution, shaping its structure, and defending it during the ratification process. What were James Madison's accomplishments as president? As president, Madison led the U.S. through the War of 1812 and strengthened the nation's independence and unity. Did James Madison own slaves? Yes, Madison owned enslaved people throughout his life, but he expressed conflicting views on slavery and supported colonization efforts for freed African Americans. What were James Madison's views on government? Madison believed in a strong federal government with a system of checks and balances to prevent tyranny. Where was James Madison born? Madison was born in Port Conway, Virginia, on March 16, 1751. What was James Madison's education? Madison attended the College of New Jersey, where he studied law, philosophy, and government. Was James Madison married? Yes, he married Dolly Payne Todd in 1794. Dolly Madison was known for her charm and played an essential role as First Lady. How did James Madison die? Madison died of natural causes on June 28, 1836, at his Montpelier estate in Virginia.